Hey guys, JustinSlaght. This is my review of The Hangover Part 3. Before I start off, I have two things I'd like to talk about. The first off being a happy Memorial Day. God bless our troops and all the hard work that they do in order to keep our country safe. And number two, a fellow subscriber wants me to give her a shout out, Christine. If you're watching this, I gave you a shout out, so shout out to Christine. Alright. A little bit of background on The Hangover. I love the first Hangover movie. Did it revolutionize comedy? Not really. But it was incredibly funny, it was smart, it was well directed, the jokes worked, and it even kick-started Bradley Cooper's career. Then of course it also put Zach Galifianakis on the map. Then The Hangover 2. I didn't think The Hangover 2 was that bad. It's not that good, but I can remember parts where I laughed at. Like, there's probably like 3 parts in the movie where it got a pretty good laugh out of me, like with the monkey and shit. So I didn't think it was a terrible movie or like a terrible sequel. I mean, they just wanted it to be like darker and raunchier and all this stuff. But it wasn't very good. But it wasn't terrible. Unfortunately, that's not the case with this one. If you want to know the plot, it centers around Zach Galifianakis' character, Alan, and Ken Jeong's character, Mr. Chow. The 4 guys, they want to go back, or they go to Tijuana, and they want to just have a good time. It's kind of like every Hangover movie that you've seen, except for this time, Doug gets captured by this mob boss guy, who's played by John Goodman. Says, Ken Jeong owes me a lot of money. I want you 3 assholes to find him and bring him to me. Otherwise, I'm going to kill Doug. And that's basically the plot. It's weird because this movie is unlike the other 2 movies. You spend the entire movie, or they spend the entire movie totally sober, totally aware of the stuff that's going on. And I think that kind of takes away from the fun and enjoyment that, and also the energy that the other 2 movies had. The other 2 movies were like fun, they were goofy, they were raunchy. This movie, it's raunchy, and I think it's more darker than the other 2 movies. But it just feels uninspired. I mean, you look at... Okay. I feel bad for Bradley Cooper, because Bradley Cooper is now a big star now. He's well known in the public eye. He was nominated for an Oscar. He's been in a bunch of good stuff. A couple bad stuff, but in a lot of good stuff. And he's turned out to be a pretty decent actor. And I feel bad for him because I don't think he wants to be in these movies anymore. He just looks... He looks really tired. He looks bored, he looks mad, and I think after the end of this movie, he's just going to say, fuck you, Ed Helms, and fuck you, Zach Galifianakis. Especially to Zach Galifianakis, because let me tell you something. If you didn't like him in the other 2 movies, or especially in the last movie, because in the Hangover one, he was really toned down, and I'm talking about Galifianakis' character. In the second one, he was annoying. He was the definition of a man-child. In this movie, I think he's borderline retarded. I seriously think that. I don't understand why Phil and Stu still deal with this mentally challenged clown. Like, I don't get it. These people would have said, get rid of my phone number, we're no longer friends after that. In fact, I don't even know why they call each other friends and shit. Even when they say you need an intervention and stuff like that, I still don't know why they're still caring. He was the reason they got fucked up in the first one, and he's the reason why they got fucked up in the second one. So why are they still dealing with him? In fact, I'm surprised they don't even kill him off. But anyway, he's the least annoying part of this movie, shockingly. The most annoying part of this movie is Ken Jeong. I'm not going to say I never liked him. I've never liked the Mr. Chow character. I've never really cared because he's just an Asian stereotype. And if you thought he was hilarious in the first two movies, then you're gonna be creaming in your pants for the third one because he's the plot device. He is the centric character in this movie, and I wanted to kill myself because if you couldn't stand Galifianakis or Kim Jong, you're gonna have a hard time with this one. I'll be surprised if the people don't even walk out of this one. And then, of course, it's just not funny. Because, like I said before, when you take a key part from the Hangover movies, which is a hangover, then I don't see the point. I really don't. I don't see the point of the movie at all. And I'll kind of spoil it for you. I'll put it in the link. At the end of the movie, they stay in Vegas and they actually get drunk and stuff like that. The last maybe 2 minutes of the movie when they get drunk and shit, I was like, you know what? Even though you're rehashing the other two movies again, this could have been okay. It could have been okay. But they're going like, okay, they said The Hangover 2 was a exact copy of The Hangover 1, and if we do that again, we're going to be looked upon as lazy bastards. So let's actually have them go through that stuff like in the first two movies, except they're completely sober. That's fine, but it's done completely wrong. Just have them go all out. And you know what? I'm shocked that the Alan character and the Mr. Chow character have not gotten married. Because it's extremely hinted at that Galifianakis or that the Alan is gay in the movie. And that would have been fun. I actually thought that would have been a very good thing. That would have been kind of out of left field. That would have been cool to actually see that. But, no. Instead, he marries this fat girl. And he decides to stay in Vegas. Oh well. So yeah. This movie was a huge... It was a disaster. It was a mess. It was not funny. And I'm extremely disappointed because watching The Hangover 3 kind of makes me think to myself, wow, was the first movie really that good? It makes me question that. And I hate that because I love the first Hangover movie. I really, really do. Oh well. There's got to be disappointment in life, and this is one of them. So, I sadly have to give The Hangover 3 2 thumbs down. Because I just think that this is uninspired, it's not funny, there's no energy, there's no like excitement in the movie. It's just bad. I probably won't say that this will be one of the worst movies of the year, because I'm sure later on down the road it'll be forgotten. But this is a very disappointing sequel to a very good Hangover movie, with the second one being slightly decent and slightly tolerable. This was just the final nail in the coffin for me. Well, that's my review of The Hangover 3. I know that wasn't much, but comedies are very hard to criticize. But that's just my opinion. I kind of hated it. So there you go. Well, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I helped you out. Once again, happy Memorial Day. Thank you so much for watching. I'm JustinSlaght. Take care. Have a great day.